You think you know K-pop? Think again. Today we're diving into brutal K-pop opinions that are way over your head. If you're easily offended, this isn't the video for you. But if you're ready to challenge your understanding of the industry, let's get into it. First, let's talk about the obsession with visuals. Everyone's fawning over idols because they're good looking, but here's the truth. Looks fade, talent lasts. If your bias is only known for their visuals and nothing else, that's a red flag. What's the point of standing someone who's just a pretty face? When all the glitz and glamour fades away, who's left standing? The ones who've honed their craft. But people can't seem to wrap their heads around that. K-pop isn't just about eye candy, it's about artistry. But hey, keep drooling over that visual while the real talent goes unnoticed. Next up, the obsession with certain all-time groups. The stans are relentless, claiming their faves are untouchable. But here's the truth. Just because a group is famous doesn't mean they're the best. In fact, a lot of them peaked early and have been riding the nostalgia wave ever since. Sorry, but your bias group isn't immune to the passage of time. The newer groups are hungry, talented, and more innovative. While you're stuck in the past, the future of K-pop is evolving right under your nose. Let's move on to the fans who think every idol is a perfect angel. The industry is full of carefully crafted personas, but some of you can't separate the character from the real person. News flash, your bias isn't flawless. They're human, they mess up, and some of them have skeletons in their closets. Stop putting them on a pedestal. The cognitive dissonance is wild. You're so blinded by your own fantasy that you refuse to see the truth staring you in the face. Oh, and can we talk about the manufactured scandals? Some of y'all act like the world is ending every time an idol sneezes in the wrong direction. Here's the reality. Most of these scandals are nothing but noise. The media plays you, the companies play you, and you fall for it every time. The outrage culture in K-pop is exhausting. Why do you keep letting yourself get manipulated? It's almost like you enjoy the drama more than the music. Speaking of manipulation, let's address fan wars. Honestly, they're the most pointless thing in the fandom. You're fighting tooth and nail for idols who don't even know you exist. Meanwhile, the companies are laughing all the way to the bank. They thrive on your blind loyalty and use it to keep you hooked. But here's the thing. No amount of fan service is worth losing sleep over. Your energy is wasted on these online battles. And for what? Bragging rights? Wake up. And let's be real. To these companies, fans are nothing more than walking ATMs. You're out here spending your hard-earned cash on albums, merch, and concert tickets, thinking it makes you closer to your idols. But here's the brutal truth. You're just a money machine in their eyes. Every time you buy that overpriced photo card or stream that song on repeat, you're feeding into the system that sees you as nothing but a dollar sign. The companies couldn't care less about your loyalty or dedication, they care about your wallet. And the saddest part? Most fans are too blind to see that they're being exploited. You're funding an industry that will keep milking you for every cent, all while you believe you're doing it out of love. Wake up, this is business, and you're the customer they're playing like a fiddle. Speaking of photo cards, let's not ignore the gambling aspect. Buying album after album just for a chance to pull your bias's photo card? That's not dedication, that's manipulation. The industry has perfected the art of turning fans into gamblers, luring you in with the thrill of possibly getting that rare card. You're not just buying music, you're buying into a system designed to keep you spending, all while they dangle the possibility of completing your collection in front of you like a carrot on a stick. It's a vicious cycle, and they know exactly how to play you. The companies are experts at making you feel like you're part of something special, when in reality, you're just another cog in their money-making machine. The whole photo card craze is one big cash grab, and you're the one getting played. Now, let's talk about the toxic positivity in the fandom. Some of you refuse to accept any criticism of your faves, acting like everything they do is perfect. It's gotten to the point where constructive feedback is seen as hate. But here's the truth. Not every comeback is a masterpiece, not every decision is wise, and not every concept is groundbreaking. The refusal to accept this reality only shows how shallow your understanding of the industry is. The truth is, constructive criticism is necessary for growth, but instead, you shield your idols from it. And in doing so, you stunt their potential. Stop pretending everything is sunshine and rainbows. Acknowledging flaws isn't hate, it's honesty. And while we're on the topic, let's address the double standards. How come when a popular idol messes up, it's just a mistake, but when a lesser-known idol does the same, they're canceled instantly? The hypocrisy is unreal. The bigger the fandom, the more you see people bending over backward to defend every little thing their idol does, no matter how questionable. Yet, these same fans will drag another idol for something far less significant. It's a toxic cycle, and it shows how fickle and biased the K-pop community can be. If you can't hold your faves accountable, then maybe you shouldn't be so quick to judge others. Let's not forget the obsession with firsts. First to hit this milestone, first to achieve that record, it's all meaningless when you consider that the industry is constantly evolving. What mattered 5 years ago doesn't hold the same weight today. But fans cling to these records like they're gospel, as if they validate their taste or somehow make their faves superior. Newsflash, the race for records is just another marketing tool. The companies know that fans will go to ridiculous lengths to make sure their idols are the first or the best at something, even if it means mass streaming or bulk buying. It's all a ploy to get you to spend more, but you're too caught up in the competition to see it. Another hard truth, K-pop isn't as diverse as you think. Sure, there's a lot of different concepts and sounds, but at the end of the day, it's all driven by trends. If something works, everyone jumps on the bandwagon until it's beaten to death. Remember when Tropical House was everywhere? How about the sudden influx of retro concepts? The industry is notorious for milking trends until there's nothing left, and the fans eat it up every time. You're not getting originality, you're getting the same formula repackaged over and over again. But hey, as long as it's got a catchy hook and a killer dance break, right? And let's get one thing straight, variety shows are scripted. Your favorite idol might seem spontaneous and funny, but a lot of what you see is planned out. The reactions, the interactions, the surprises, it's all part of the show. But some fans are so deep in the delusion that they think they're seeing the real person. Reality check. You're seeing a version of them that's been carefully crafted to be marketable and entertaining. There's nothing wrong with enjoying variety content, but don't mistake it for the truth. These idols are professionals. They know how to play the game, and they're playing you. And can we address the issue of age in K-pop? The industry keeps getting younger, and it's unsettling. Companies are debuting idols who are barely teenagers, and fans are quick to baby them while conveniently ignoring the pressure and exploitation these kids face. Yet, the moment they make a mistake, they're dragged mercilessly. The hypocrisy is sickening. You can't claim to protect and support them while also feeding into the very system that's exploiting their youth for profit. The reality is, these young idols are being molded into money-making machines from a disturbingly young age, and fans are complicit in it. Let's also talk about the concept of solo stans. If you're only here for one member, and you completely disregard the rest of the group, you're missing the point of K-pop. It's called a group for a reason. Each member brings something unique, and together they create the magic that makes you a fan in the first place. But solo stans? They're the first to stir up drama, the first to pit members against each other, and the first to abandon ship when their fave leaves the group. It's toxic, it's selfish, and it does nothing but harm the fandom and the group itself. If you can't appreciate the whole group, then maybe you should rethink why you're here in the first place. Lastly, let's talk about success. Some of you equate chart positions with talent. Just because an idol tops the charts doesn't mean they're the most skilled or innovative. Popularity is not synonymous with quality. There are countless artists with incredible talent who never get the recognition they deserve because they don't fit the mold. The industry is about profit, not art. But you're too caught up in the numbers to see that. So, what's the takeaway here? K-pop is a complex, multifaceted industry, but some of you reduce it to superficiality and fan wars. If you're stuck in that mindset, maybe it's time to rethink your approach. The truth is, most people don't want to hear these opinions because they force you to confront uncomfortable realities. But if you've made it this far, maybe you're ready to see K-pop for what it really is. An industry full of talent, strategy, and yes, a lot of smoke and mirrors. Think you can handle more harsh truths? Then stick around, like the video, and if you're brave enough, hit that subscribe button.